so, it begins. Dark were the skies and chill was the wind as the land was covered in a veil of malice. Across the hill did ride a dread army of the night, cloaked in mist and fog, prepared to rain down death and destruction upon the land. And the people did crowd for a savior, a noble soul to save them from their impending demise. Just as it seemed all was lost, in strode a mighty hero, clad in shimmering metal from head to toe. Wielding a terrible broadsword, he did cleave his foes in two, smashing their ranks asunder with righteous fury. And when the day was done and the enemy strewn across the fields in pieces, the people did turn to the warrior and say, "We shall name this day in your honor. Speak unto us your wisdom." The warrior said one word that day: epic.
One man, one Murloc, one giant angry badger. This is Blue Please. It begins now.
Goedenavond, goedemiddag of goedemorgen, net welke tijdzone je in zit. We zijn hier bij Blue Please op wcradio.com. Geweldige show vanavond en take it away, TotalBiscuit.
What the hell was that? But the strange moon language.
Sorry.
I have no idea what he just said. This is Blue Please here on WoW Radio with myself, TotalBiscuit. The date today is... I actually have no idea. Yes, it's the... 16th of October. That's like the Scottish version. Yes, October 2009. It is 21:03 in Holland, which is where I am. I'm not entirely sure why that happened or how it happened. I woke up one morning, I was like, what the hell?
Sorry.
It's like...
I directed you, sorry.
It's like, it's entirely flat, the entire place. I woke up in this country, it's flat, there's cows, people ride bicycles around, I think there's windmills, possibly clogs, and accordions.
Accordions?
Apparently accordions are French,
Tulips.
so you told me. Tulips, yes.
Jeez.
Tulips in hamster jam. Delicious. What have I got coming in for you in the show today? Basically nothing. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm on holiday. I'm up in... Yeah, I swear that's Murloc, honestly. Yes, that's where I am. So I'm in Holland for a few days. I'm going to be visiting the First Look Expo in Amsterdam. That's going to be tomorrow, and it's going to be awesome. And then we're going to be having a meetup. Oh, yes. WoW Radio guys are going to be at... where is it?
Yeah, just show me the Twitter, I don't know the name.
Oh, okay, I'll have to find the Twitter, whatever. It'll be someplace in Amsterdam, and you win a prize if you manage to guess where. Fantastic. I heard Amsterdam's not that big, you'll be fine. Yes. Maybe not. Let's have a look. Let's find it.
Okay, yeah, it's in the... let's search for it. Yeah, it's further down, I guess, yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Oké, it's in restaurant Smits Koffiehuis op Stationsplein 10 in Amsterdam. Smits Koffiehuis.
Which I assume is a coffee house called Smith's, or Smits.
And it's a restaurant.
At a restaurant, yes. And that will be at 19:30 local time. 7:30 in the evening, folks. So, if you're coming to the meetup, of which several people we know are going to be there, it's going to be awesome. So, come on over. I'll be wearing a BlizzCon t-shirt, I should be easy to spot. Don't come like a scruff, because apparently it's a classy place, yeah.
Fancy.
The kind of place Murloc would visit.
No?
Perhaps. But there's not enough cannibalism in there for him.
No, there might be.
There could be cannibalism, I suppose. Right. What have we got coming through the show today? This is what I'm calling You Please, folks. Because, hey, I haven't had a chance to play WoW or catch up on anything this week, because I've been too busy, and, hey, I've been in Holland. So, you are submitting the topics. We used to do this a long time ago. There was a couple of shows in Season 1 called Open Please, which, looking back on it, makes no real sense. I suppose it was like, open house, yeah. But now I've come up with something clever. It's called You Please. Ha ha. Yeah.
You're awful.
I know. So, you will get to submit all the topics for today's show. I shall read your emails, and I shall talk about the topics you want heard, and maybe when I get back, I'll come up with some real content. We'll see. Email themurloc@gmail.com. That is themurloc@gmail.com. And you may get your topic discussed, perhaps. You'll also notice there is new music in the background. Don't worry, guys, it's not permanent. Unless you guys want it to be, which invariably you won't, because you all hate change. I had some guy complaining, actually, earlier, that's like, the audio for the intro is distorted. Yes! You want to know how old that intro is? It's like 3 years. It was put together when I had no idea what I was doing. So it actually sounds pretty bad.
Get a new one, guys, please.
I can't change it. They just keep telling me not to. It's like, we want the old one back. It's horrible. It's the crying and the screaming and the change.
Yeah, never mind.
It's not change they can believe in, and since I've just banned Obama from the channel, I'm afraid there's no change anymore. So we've got status quo in the terms of a neoconservative. I believe he came back as Bush, which I suppose isn't really status quo. We just need to declare war on some random small country.
I think Obama's been impeached.
Yes, I impeached Obama from the channel.
Okay.
Got rid of him. Absolutely got rid of him. Well, yes, you please. That's what we're going to call it. Do an hour and a half of your topics, and if your topics are any better than my topics, great. If they're not, well, you will suffer as a direct result. Email them @gmail.com. If you want to get involved in the IRC, you can do so. irc.mmorc.com, #or wow radio. Alternatively, click the chat button on the top of the screen on wcradio.com. Someone in the IRC challenge says, well, why don't you simply go and change the thing, re-record it, and keep the words the same? Because last time I tried that, people complained, saying, it doesn't sound the same. Of course it's not going to sound the same. I recorded it 3 years ago. I didn't even have the same accent back then. How is that possible? I don't know. Can I figure it out? Oh well. And we'll just leave it as it is, and people can whine all they please.
Yeah, I mean...
It's the best way to deal with it.
Yeah.
Indeed. Right, let's have a look in the email box, shall we? I don't have the mail time drop-in, so we're going to have to sing the mail time drop-in. Mail time, mail time, mail time, mail time. You're out of tune.
Sorry.
Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. That's disturbing.
Yeah, that's not...
When it comes, I want to wail mail.
And how's that not disturbing?
That's equally disturbing. It is equally disturbing. Mail time, folks. It's basically the entire show is mail time. The entire show. It's crazy, isn't it? Here we go. From Knights of Osiris. Hey! TotalBiscuit. Let's make that bigger. Having listened to several podcasts and read several articles these last few months... Ooh, you've listened to several podcasts and read several articles. He's clearly an expert, don't you think?
Yeah, clearly.
An absolute expert. My wife and I recently found ourselves discussing the excitement that is building and surrounds the next expansion. While from everything we have heard from Blizzard it sounds like a great expansion, multitudes better than Lich King, I am beginning to think that we also need to be careful. Careful that we don't allow our expectations to grow beyond what Cataclysm will end up being. It has happened before. Something gets hyped, either deliberately or accidentally, so that when you eventually experience it, you're left with a feeling that it really wasn't what you thought it could be. In and of itself, it's very good, but advertising and or word of mouth have driven up the expectation beyond what the product, film, book, whatever, could actually ever hope to achieve. Should we therefore be careful to restrain ourselves a little? We probably have another 10 to 12 months before this thing reaches us. It seems that some people I know personally are starting to believe that this next expansion will be the great savior, the great rebirth, that will fix all the ills of WoW. I have to wonder if it's a path that we need to tread carefully. In summary, it would be a shame if Cataclysm ended up being really, really good, and everything Blizzard promised it would be. Maybe more. But we are left feeling let down, because our expectations have just become too high in the run-up to its release. Well, okay. If it's going to be really, really, really great, and then you're still disappointed, then I would suggest that you're a little bit delusional, let's be honest. It's an expansion to an MMO, it looks really good, and we've set our sights somewhat low as a direct result of the wonderful expansion by the name of Wrath of the Lich King. Yes, quite. So, the standard's pretty low. To exceed the standard of Wrath of the Lich King, it's only got to maybe take a tiny, tiny step. Now, if you're expecting it to be godlike in every possible respect, then I suppose you better look at what you're really expecting from the expansion. Are you expecting good endgame content? Because from what we know, it's going to provide it. Everything we've seen so far indicates that they are going to provide a good endgame experience. Are you expecting a really good system of character development? Well, we're going to get more of that as well. the glyphing system, the ancient glyphs specifically, Path of the Titans, and the ability to expand the talent trees and hopefully revamp the talent trees so that every talent is actually worth something and is unique instead of plus 1% here and plus 2% there. That's good.
Racials are going to be different
Yeah,
too.
racials are getting overhauled as well. So if character development, again, is something you're concerned about, there you go. New races, new race class combinations. Something that those of you with alts will be concerned about, I would imagine. That's something that will enhance your character development experience. So that's good.
Titan system.
Yes, absolutely, without a doubt. The Path of the Titan system is something that's definitely going to allow you to go beyond what you are able to do right now. I say right now, your character development consists of two distinct phases. There is pre-80, and in pre-80, you are in a situation where you are progressing via levels, and gear is transient. So you're just sort of putting it on, throwing it away. You're not really making much effort in gathering your gear. Whereas at 80, it changes over to gear. Yeah? You progress via getting better gear. That's going to change at 85 thanks to the Path of the Titan system.
Yeah, well, because you've got the Path of the Titan system. They're going to change up the talents, so you'll have 5 more talents, but no, it's not going deeper.
No, it's not going deeper. It's actually going wider, if
Yeah.
anything. From what we've seen, the talent trees are going wider in Cataclysm, and again, they're taking out all of the dull talents.
Like 5% crit.
Yes, 5% crit, or 2% hit, or 10% damage here and there. They want to make every single talent unique in some way. So, if you're going to, say, have something that increases the viability of a certain spell, it's going to do something beyond merely 1 or 2% extra damage. It's going to have, say, an extra effect.
Well, yeah, but let me see. Like how? Oh, let's see. Juggernaut's working right now. It's charges. Oh no, never mind. I'm just not getting it.
Something about warriors, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm a
anything about warriors.
whatever.
Yeah, but
I'm bad.
An example was actually made at BlizzCon about Juggernaut.
Yeah, I know.
Is Juggernaut good at the moment? 'Cause, again, I don't play warrior.
Nice.
So Juggernaut's set up in the way that they want it to in Cataclysm.
Yes.
So that's the kind of thing you're looking at. So if you think about everything being on the level of Juggernaut,
Or something better.
yeah, that's the kind of level of expectation you could have. Now, of course, Blizzard could fail. It's a difficult prospect when you think about it, to make every single talent something more interesting than merely 1 or 2% extra.
They won't be able to do that.
Yeah.
I think.
You never know. If they've set themselves a development challenge and they've said that yes, okay, we're gonna do that, and we know the game well enough and we know what our players like. We've seen what talents worked and what didn't. Then I don't see why they couldn't pull it off.
They still have to build 3 trees.
Yeah, and 3 times 10 as well.
Yes.
30. I mean, I imagine there's not as much that they're going to have to do with the DKs. I would have thought that when they introduced the DKs, maybe they had some inkling of what they were going to be doing next.
I don't think that's a good benchmark, to be honest. They still have the talents like hit and crit.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff
true,
like that.
that's true. It'll be interesting to see what they do there. I wonder if they're going to end up reducing the number of talents as a result of this, to the point where there's less choice, and maybe you can go deeper into more trees at the same time.
I would hope so. I mean, they're doing that with Thor, aren't they?
Yes. Apparently. That's what I've been told. So, I suppose those are the main features, really. I mean, what else are you going to really be excited about in Cataclysm? I mean,
The dungeons, the amount of
Yeah.
dungeons on release.
8. I believe 8 5-mans, which is about the number... isn't that actually slightly less than we have right now in Wrath?
1 less, but after patches, of course.
Well, the question is whether or not they're going to be able to design decent dungeons. If they're able to design 8 really good dungeons with really good heroic modes, then I think people are going to be happy with that.
We're going to give you 8 UKs. Yes.
No, let's... 8 Oculus.
No, I just want
Everyone has to ride the vehicles, folks. Ride the vehicles all the way to hell.
And back.
Yeah, quite. I can't say I'm particularly happy. I wouldn't be particularly happy if they did that, but I think they've learned from that. The overwhelming sense from the player base is no more vehicle dungeons, please, and no more vehicle fights. And there are no vehicle fights in Iceground.
That's true.
Yeah, the vehicle fight, quote unquote, isn't really a vehicle fight. It involves an airship, but you're on the airship. You're still playing your character. You just happen to be on a moving airship.
Wasn't it airship versus airship? I haven't checked.
Yes, apparently it's
That's
something
gonna
like
be
that.
awesome.
I'm looking forward to that one. that's a different matter and another story for another time. We actually have an email about Ice Crown, which we'll cover after the break, no doubt. So, expectations-wise, what else is there? I suppose the reshaping of the landscape is something that a lot of people are going to care about.
Well, yeah. I mean, Scar is going to be awesome in the Eastern Kingdom, and you're going to have
splitting barons right down the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
2 barons yet.
Yeah. Well, I suppose, I wonder which will be worse. Maybe North Barons or South Barons that actually end up being worse chat.
I've got no clue.
Yeah, so it'll stop being the Barons chat joke. It'll start being North Barons chat or South Barons chat. It'll become a fragmented community. Or maybe all the guys in the south were all the hillbillies and the rednecks, and we've got the other guys and the yuppies up north.
Okay, you've now...
Now crossing into political territory, folks. Let's not... It's Bush's fault. He's in the channel right now.
Who is?
Bush.
Bush.
Yeah, Bush was in the channel.
Kick him.
Well, I impeached Obama, so apparently Bush can now go in for a 3rd term in the channel.
I can't see him, though.
I don't know. Maybe he's disappeared. Maybe he's hiding in Cheney's bunker.
Yeah, that's possible. Or the airplane.
I suppose. Yes, I suppose he could be on a plane.
Yeah, why not?
Indeed. So, conclusion. I don't think it's particularly harmful to get too excited about the expansion. Just base everything you think about it on what they've actually said. And don't take it to ludicrous extremes. They've said 8 5-man dungeons, so don't go around telling everyone there's going to be 27. I don't think there's going to be 27, that they're suddenly going to pull these magical dungeons out of the hat, because that's not going to happen.
There are going to be 38 bosses in Ice Crown, remember?
38 bosses, yeah, I remember that. That was actually a really bad idea when you think about it. Like, double the size of Ulduar. Oh, God.
No, Ghostcrawler said that we're like 32 bosses or something.
Yeah, he said that, and then he retconned it because actually he didn't mean it. So yeah, your expectations could be high as long as they're realistic. That's as far as I'm concerned. You're listening to You Please here on Wire Radio with myself, TotalBiscuit.
And Bunkerface, I guess.
You guess?
Yeah,
You don't know? Identity crisis. In that case, you need...
I'm Bunkerface.
You need some vodka. You're listening to the podcast, An Archive of Blue Please. Music was removed due to copyright concerns. If you'd like to hear the music, tune in live on Fridays at 8 p.m. British Standard Time. That's 3 p.m. EST on WCRadio.com. You're listening to You Please here on Wire Radio with myself, TotalBiscuit.
Welkom terug, Bunkerface.
But what is this moon language you speak of?
I just said welcome back.
Well, yeah, I
sorry,
kind of guessed that.
Say that.
Well,
should I?
Yeah. No, you should never say that. That's actually bad radio etiquette.
That's what I meant.
Never say welcome back to the show, because generally speaking, you hope they haven't gone anywhere. You can say, and we're back.
Yeah, I know, you do that.
Because, hey, we've just come back on it. Generally speaking, you don't want to say that anyway. But whatever the case, since no one actually understood what you just said, you made no mistake.
Wow.
Just don't mention it anymore. Yeah, I should start doing a foreign language show. I could say whatever the hell I wanted and people wouldn't whine about it. It's like, TotalBiscuit, you're so mean. It's like, okay, my next show is in Swahili. Then, in that case, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No more moon language, but it's awesome.
What? No, it's not. It's... You've got weird things. Like, you sort of cough half of your words.
No, I don't.
What would that...
I can't help it.
It's a Murloc. It seriously is. It's Murloc, the Murloc language.
No, let's not do that.
Yeah.
You're horrible.
I'm sorry, that was actually a bit of Shakespeare in Dutch there. For the audience out there, very cultured. I'm going to get beaten up when I go to Amsterdam tomorrow, and possibly on Sunday when I go and play Descent with you guys. Yeah. I think most of them are actually listening to the show right now and probably getting rather pissed off at me.
I don't think so. One's busy with homework. Oh, the other one is.
Yes.
The other one is 2. Oh, yeah, true.
Okay, so 2 out of 3 of them, yeah. Are they scrawny or, can I take them?
One you can't take. No.
Okay, right. Well, I will run away from him and I'll beat up the other guy.
I think he's actually in the IRC. Bush is back.
Yes, Bush is back. Just what we always wanted. Right. Anyway, let's get on with the show, shall we?
We do have content.
We do, actually. We did come up with some content.
We'll not tell yet.
Well,
we won't tell
we
yet.
can if I can find it. I don't really know where it was. I think I starred it, but I also starred a lot of stuff. Wasn't that one?
No. Yeah.
It was an email regarding, like, top 10s or something like that, wasn't it?
No, you're missing it. It's,
Where is it? Here? Oh, yes, here we go. Yes, it's from Evil... what the hell? Evelix? Yes, Evelix. Holy Priest on Quirkus Alliance, Shadow Song, EU. He says, let's show the world that TotalBiscuit can be a happy shock jock by relating to us your top 10 happy moments in WoW. No.
I bought WoW. Only happy moment, I guess.
That was my single most unhappy moment. That was buying WoW, because it started this 5-year ride of depression and despair.
Well, you're here with the radio station.
I suppose.
Well, actually, you own it, so...
I suppose.
Yeah.
5-year thrill ride of depression and despair. Thank you, World of Warcraft. No, I'm not going to do that, but I will, however, do the top 10 worst decisions Blizzard has ever made in World of Warcraft. I came up with them. I actually managed to come up with the top 10 worst things that I think that Blizzard has done. No doubt there's going to be people that disagree with me. You're drinking on air. It's a good job you're not part of the staff.
Yeah,
I would fire you. You're fired, incidentally.
I'm liquid. It's liquid courage.
You're fired.
Sorry.
You're drinking whiskey on the show. You're fired.
Whiskey's good.
You are fired.
I'm not on your staff.
Exactly, because I fired you.
I wasn't before.
So you think.
Oh, crap.
See?
Oh, sorry.
This is a stealth employment. No, it's okay, you can say crap. That's fine.
Okay, crap.
Say anything more serious than that, and yes, you will absolutely be fired again.
Wow.
Yeah, twice. Twice in one show.
Shocking.
I used to fire Leto all the time, but I don't think I fired him twice in one show.
You didn't?
No, I think I fired Leto basically once per show.
It's a world record.
Yeah, there you go. You currently hold the world record for the number of times the TotalBiscuit has fired you.
Okay, let's just do content.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Top 10 terrible mistakes that Blizzard has made in World of Warcraft, as read by me.
And me, I guess.
Yes. Number 10.
Leveling tax.
What do you mean by leveling tax?
Paying money for leveling or doing things that are necessary within leveling, like buying cold weather flying.
Cold weather flying is the biggest thing, yeah. I still, I obviously have my cold weather flying now and whatever, and it's like, it's 1,000 gold, whatever, but I object in principle to the idea that you should have to pay a large or small, depending on who you are and how much gold you've bought or acquired over the last few years, any form of gold in order to do something you could already do in the first place. And the analogy was, well, to get your land mounts to work in Outland, you had to buy high gravity riding or something along those lines. Same thing,
It's like in Cataclysm, everything's changed, so the air is a little bit thinner. You've already said this before, I think. And you have to buy a new type of flying.
You have to buy a rebreather for your mount because the air is a little bit too thin up there now.
Yeah,
and it can fall. It suffocates and falls out of the sky.
No, you can't fly until you can't fly above a certain height.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous and stupid, and I hate the idea that they could even bring in something like that. So I think that was really, really dumb, and I object to it on principle to this very day. It didn't need to be there. It served no practical purpose. It's like, if you don't want us to fly, that's fine, but don't make us pay for the privilege.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't need it to level, actually. I mean, it was so irritating and,
Some of the zones were just annoying as hell without flying, to be honest. They really were.
Ice Crown and the zone right next to that one.
Well, of course you needed it then, but you were given that terrible little mount. If you remember the loner mount, the 60% one.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's awful. I actually flew on that for a while because I put off buying that for ages.
Why did you?
Because I hated the idea of it.
Oh, okay.
I despised it. I had to finally get it because my guild was threatening to kick me because I couldn't fly to Naxxramas. Because the little loner mount only works in Sholazar, Ice Crown, and Storm Peaks.
Storm Peaks, though.
The places where you actually need them. It was pretty appalling. So yeah, that's number 10. Number 9 on the list of the worst things Blizzard has ever done with World of Warcraft.
The Wrathgate quest.
Yes. As in, the Wrathgate, what a great idea. The cinematic, amazing.
Yes.
The whole setup and the phasing and stuff, fantastic. The actual quest, awful.
Dull.
As in, the one where you had to go into the Undercity, you might as well have not been there.
Yeah.
You were invincible, but you could barely do any damage whatsoever.
A group mate of mine died there.
How?
In the channels, you got Fire Mathras or something. You have to fight. The guy before that.
Yes.
And he aggroed him. He taunted him for some reason.
Yeah, that was...
Stupid.
Yeah, so we're talking about specifically the one in the Undercity. The actual quest line leading up to it, that's okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about the actual quest in the Undercity. It's pointless. You're running around, you can't be killed unless you end up bugging it out or whatever. Because you'll be generating 99999 a second or whatever. You're doing pitiful damage. It takes ages. It takes like an hour. It took me like an hour to get to all of these waves of spamming the arcane explosion button over and over again. I just didn't bother after a while. Just let the NPCs kill everything.
It's like, I think it's Conquer Back Naxxramas or something, the quest is called. It's like walk through Naxxramas. It's the same.
Yeah, exactly. It was absolutely appalling. It didn't help that you were running around with giant flags on your back, which looked absolutely stupid. It's like, we're playing tag rugby in here, you know?
Is it like Blood Bowl?
It's not like Blood Bowl.
Yeah, don't they have flags?
No, they don't have flags in Blood Bowl. I suppose they just sort of die a lot. Blood Bowl, frustrating game. Yeah, it was a great concept, really badly executed in terms of storytelling and in terms of how fun it was. So,
well, the story behind it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, the idea was great. I just think it was really badly executed, and I hope they don't do anything so stupid with the Arthur's fight in the 5-man. I've heard some pretty cool things about that, actually.
Yeah.
The idea that you're gonna lose. That's what I've heard.
About that,
yeah. And spoiler alert, anyone that cares about knowing this.
After they're saying it and then spoiler alert, that's not really helpful.
Well, saying you're gonna lose isn't a spoiler. I mean, people lose all the time in instances. But it's
like playing House of the Dead Overkill and you lost the game in the credits.
Yes, you're supposed to lose the game. Oh lord, which you all just lost incidentally. You're supposed to lose the fight with Arthas. It's like you go in there, you fight him, you get your ass kicked. The other faction comes in and helps you, they get their ass kicked, and then the other guys come in and they get their ass kicked. And yeah, that's okay, I can do that. But no, the Wrathgate was absolutely appalling, and I hope that they don't do that again. Number 8 on the list of the top 10 worst things they've ever done would be Onyxia's Return, because they basically butchered the entire fight. Let's be honest. It's like you're giving way too much loot for way too little work, and if anything, all that the new Onyxia managed to highlight is how dumb people are these days.
Yeah, well, taking 4 deep breaths in one fight is just appalling.
I've seen it. I've seen it happen. It's appalling. I've never seen anything like it. Like, just eating the deep breaths. And the worst thing is, it doesn't kill them. So, they don't care. They just stand in it.
Yeah, and it takes about 10 seconds, 12 seconds before
it's
actually hits
something
the ground.
stupid like that, yeah. And diving into the whelp caves, pulling aggro, getting right behind the tail. The fight itself isn't bad. I just object to it because it's a really old fight that was easy to begin with, and they're giving stupid loot for it.
Yeah,
and I can't stand that.
It's the best priest healing at is in there, and the best Fury Warrior.
Yeah, it's like the second or third best mage hat, the Netherwind helm. It's only very slightly beaten by some heroic TOC hat.
Oh.
Not happy with that. Number 7 on the list of stuff that sucks that Blizzard has done. That's the old honor system. Going back a little bit.
Grinding, well, let's say a few hundred hours to get an item. Nice.
Yes. Not really.
I've seen people do it with World PvP. That's awesome, to be honest.
It was WoW encouraging people to not only to share their accounts, because that was really the only way to get Grand Marshal High Warlord.
It's not entirely true. I've seen people do it without, and that's insane.
Well, that's encouraging people to have a very unhealthy lifestyle that might end up killing them, or at least making them extremely fat and homeless.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that was a terrible system. Absolutely appalling. And I'm glad they got rid of it.
Yeah, I do. Although I did like the titles.
Yeah. I only know of one person that actually got to Grand Marshal High Warlord and didn't, lose all of her social contacts and her job and everything like that.
Oh, we had groups doing it. We had just rotating groups being like...
Yeah, I know Ariana got, I think, 3 Grand Marshals in total, which I assume involved possibly sharing account, etc. and things like that.
I have no clue. Did you ask?
I haven't asked if it involved sharing an account, but one way or the other, yeah, she managed it, so there you go. But yeah, I'm sure she'll agree that it was a terrible system. Number 6 on the list, it's...
DOC.
Yes, the entire thing, the Crusaders Colosseum. Oh, man. What a rushed, hashed-together piece of garbage.
Well, you gotta move 2 feet or something per boss.
Yeah, you barely have to move. It's hilarious. It's just everything gets handed to you. You know what someone pointed out to me, which is absolutely ridiculous, and I never really thought of it before, that you are in a room, yeah, with basically the biggest heroes World of Warcraft has ever seen.
Yeah, true.
All of them. And yet, you're the guys who have to deal with a freaking Eridar when it gets out of control and kills its captor.
Yeah, it's a bit strange, don't you think?
Yeah, it's like, oh, the Eridar has been unleashed and is going to try and kill all of us. Hey!
Oh boy!
Hey, I'm Lord Fordring. Maybe I want to help out? So all? Any of you? No?
Chain lightning,
Yeah, just chain lightning them all to death.
I've got this weapon, I don't know what to do with it. I'm Tyrion Fordring.
Oh, no. That was absolutely asinine. Now, the entire place sucks. No trash? Come on, really?
Although I do think the 5-man is good.
The 5-man's supposed to be pretty reasonable. Now, I'd like to do the rest of the list, but we're running short on time for this segment, so we will continue it after the break. I think that sounds.
We can do that, yes.
Sounds like a reasonable idea.
Number 5, I'll give a preview, maybe.
Yeah, feel free to give a preview.
It's at the end of TBC, that's it.
Yes, it was at the end of TBC. It was something that happened. It happened to the raid content. Well, a lot of the raid content, in fact.
All of the raid content.
In
TBC.
Yes. We'll tell you a little bit about that after the break. You are listening to You Please
on WCRadio.com.
with myself, TotalBiscuit.
And Bunkerface.
I'll be right back after this. This is Deadlock, Code of Honor. Enjoy. You're listening to the podcast, An Archive of Blue Please. Music was removed due to copyright concerns. If you'd like to hear the music, tune in live on Fridays at 8 p.m. British Standard Time. That's 3 p.m. EST on WCRadio.com. You are listening to You Please here on WOW Radio with myself, TotalBiscuit.
And Bunkerface.
We are counting down the top 10 worst decisions that Blizzard has ever made in World of Warcraft.
And we're at number 5.
We are at number 5, yes indeed. Those of you wondering what You Please is all about, we're basically taking your emails today. I'm on holiday, so I don't have to prepare a proper show. In fact, you're lucky you're getting a show at all.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I'm being exceptionally generous.
You don't know what it took to get the show together.
Yeah, then the Murloc is benevolent, you must understand. Highly benevolent.
Benevolent?
Not really, no. I hate you all.
Exactly.
I absolutely despise you piddling peasants. Ah. Yeah, she's terrified. Number 5 on the list of the really terrible decisions. The really terrible decisions that were taken by Blizzard.
Overall content, I guess. Yeah.
You're nonplussed by that, aren't you? Let's be honest.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Screw attack number 5.
Number 5. Mambo number 5.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to spoil it. It's a 30% nerf.
To Mambo number 5. 30% nerf to Mambo number 5. Cut off a third of the song and it's still terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's really catchy and annoying.
Yeah. No, let's not do that.
Let's please no.
No.
30% nerf. Yes, this was the 30% off across the board nerf to all raid content towards the end of Burning Crusade.
Yes. Like a 30% nerf to Karazhan.
Yes. Why did we need a 30% nerf to Karazhan exactly?
Why did we need a 30% nerf to the other content?
Exactly.
Which was already nerfed at that time.
Yeah, and of course the argument was that, oh yes, it was we got to make it easier so that everyone could see the content before we move on.
Wasn't it something about the talent changes too? That the talent you would do less damage or something, and that's why they downed the health.
It was. I don't think so. Because they gave you the Wrath talents, didn't they?
Yes,
towards the end, which actually put power creeped you all the way over here. You know, I mean, that increased the power of your character significantly. So the 30% nerf was totally unnecessary. I understand why they did it, but really, I'm sorry, the vast majority of the people that can't do Sunwell content are not going to be able to do Sunwell content if you nerf the boss by 30%. It's not going to make any difference.
There were still insta-kills.
Yeah?
I mean, those will kill you.
Straight away, yeah. They didn't nerf the damage they did or anything like that. They just nerfed the HP. I understand what they were trying to achieve. I just think they went about it completely the wrong way.
I would agree.
Yeah, and the problem is they also balanced all of the content in Wrath as using that as a baseline.
No,
from what I could tell.
No, they didn't. Ulduar hard modes.
Yeah, Ulduar hard modes, fair enough, but Ulduar normals. I mean, come on, look at it.
Are quite easy to be honest.
Most of them are.
I haven't finished it though, so don't
I
have
have.
right to speak.
I have, so I've got a right to speak about the Ulduar normals at any rate. Number 4 on the list of really terrible decisions that they made.
The Nax rehash.
Oh my god! I've written Nax revamp on this list, but I think that's actually giving it a little bit too much credit.
Yeah, I said rehash for
Yes, exactly. Rehash, folks.
The 40 people version was just awesome.
It was. I did about 2/3 of it in level 60.
I got to half.
Yeah, I did a bit more of it after that. So, the stuff that I experienced at that point was fantastic. It was really hard, really challenging, very nicely put together. Great mechanics for the time.
First time getting in the instance doing a Nubarak. That was, how's he called? Am I saying it correctly?
Anubra Khan,
yeah,
yes. Anubra Khan. Yeah, Anubarak wasn't the same guy. Anubra Khan was, I don't know, he's like second cousin twice removed or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, big family.
Bugs, yeah, whatever.
Hate bugs. The rehash was appalling. It took mechanics that were cool like 4 years ago and stuck them back in the game and expected them to still hold water.
Well, they were nerfed.
They were.
If they weren't nerfed, it would be cool, but
yeah,
now
we've got things like not dying from the Huygen dance. Not dying from screwing up on Thaddeus.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Things you should always do.
Yes.
Nice as an achievement. But
without a doubt. Taking out the insta-kill mechanic from Vesuvius.
Oh, yeah.
The unbalancing shell, I believe it was called. Yeah, taking that out of there, just making that a lot easier. Turning Vesuvius into a joke is a direct result of that. Funnily enough, even then, people couldn't hack it because people were like, mind control? What's that? I've been AoEing up to this point.
Yeah, what? Mind controlling 2 people and doing that all the time and actually having to try?
It's too hard. No, seriously.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, I mean, you could go through every encounter in there and just look at how
you could actually say that Wrath launched with 2 one-man instances. I mean, not 25-man instances, I mean, with 1 boss.
Yeah, it was pretty appalling. I even look all the way up to Kel'Thuzad and Phase 1 in Kel'Thuzad, look at how much of a joke it is. I mean, Phase 3 was nerfed as well, to the point where a lot of the mechanics that would have insta-killed you before didn't. Phase 1 is just a dirge. And Gothic as well. Another great example, an absolute dirge of a fight now. It's so dull. It's like 6 minutes of kill the easy-to-kill ads, then DPS Gothic, who does nothing to you anyway.
Yeah, and I think they've nerfed the instance after release, didn't
they? No, I don't think so.
A bit.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah. Maybe a little bit, but not that much. Yeah, that was appalling. We don't need that. So, number 3.
Okay, we're getting at the really bad things now.
Yeah, this is the really bad stuff. Yeah, the really bad stuff. Badge changes!
In the Burning Crusade.
Badge changes in the Burning Crusade.
Yes.
As the badge changes in the Burning Crusade started this entire thing.
Yes.
The badge change in the Burning Crusade were a really bad idea because initially, I've mentioned it 5,000 times, so keep a summary of it. Initially, the stuff in the Burning Crusade was pretty cool because it was designed to plug gaps or get very specific gear that you didn't really want dropping. Because if it was on the loot list and there were 25 people and it only applied to 1 person, then it sucked if it kept dropping. Like fire damage stuff and very specific things like that.
Yes.
That was good, that was fine, and filling in those little gaps that you couldn't otherwise get, that was fine as well. And then the badge changes in there.
But then
they decided to ruin it all by giving you tier 6 level epics for running Karazhan and Heroics.
Yes.
Which is dumb. And we said that it was dumb at the time. And at the end of the expansion...
They listened.
Yes.
And you did a whole show about that.
I was very happy that they listened.
Yes.
The way that they tiered the badges, that was great. It was fantastic. So, yeah, that was pretty terrible. Number 2 on the list of things that have been absolutely terrible and foul and awful in WoW.
Again, the Burning Crusade, the release date of the Burning Crusade.
Well, not just so much the release date, but the release state as well. Obviously released too early.
I said state.
No, he didn't. He said date.
I said state.
No, it's your silly moon language, your Murloc language again.
Sorry.
That was the lyrics of a popular Dutch song here on WoW Radio on Blue Please and WCRadio.com. He's in a huff now. He's not speaking to me. Sorry, what was that?
No, let's talk about content, please.
No, we will not talk about content.
We do content,
No, this is not a show for content.
Oh.
You
should go then.
You're playing the wrong game. If you want content and challenge and stuff, you're playing the wrong game.
DDO.
You should go play Free Realms. Free Realms, very challenging. You've got to, like, bring tissues for people and stuff. Seriously, some of the quests in Free Realms are actually more interesting than WoW.
Go play Demon Soul.
Ah, yes. Hard as hell. Hard as hell.
Oh, well, talk about the release date.
The release date, see? That's what he said.
Shut up.
Say it, fine, say it in Dutch then.
No, I won't.
Why not?
Because no one will understand.
Just say it anyway.
I actually don't know how to say that.
What? How do you not know how to speak your own language, man?
I think in English when I talk English.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. I think in Murloc when I speak Murloc, if that means anything. I think the way the Murloc would think when I talk like this.
Where's the opium?
I couldn't tell you. It's possibly in the pantry. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have the servants dealing with it. You know how it is. The staff these days can't be trusted. No, absolutely not.
I'm fired, so I'm not staff anymore.
Yeah, now you're fired for a third time, you blithering imbecile.
Ha, world record.
Yeah. Yeah, the state in which TBC was released wasn't great. Specifically, we're talking about Tier 5 level content.
Yes.
And to some limited extent, Gruul. Gruul was vastly overtuned at the start of the game.
I would agree. Yes.
Absurdly overtuned. So that wasn't properly balanced or tested. But the state of Tier 5 content upon release was appalling.
And bugged.
Yes. Well, it was
that
appalling
is
because it was bugged.
Yeah.
45-minute trash respawn. Yay!
That wasn't bugged.
No, it wasn't. That was actually a design decision, which makes you want to throw the dungeon team down a well.
That's why I said and bugged. Yeah,
yes,
okay.
it was bugged too.
Exactly.
Half the fights didn't work properly. You know, it was like Blackwing Lair on release level bugged, probably even worse than that. TK wasn't much better, so I think that they perhaps imagined that folks would take a long time looking at the wonderful views and vistas and quest content.
Well, yes, but they didn't.
Yeah, they've learned nothing from the 2 years of endgame content that they had pre-TBC, apparently.
No, let's see. No, nothing.
Yeah. So, the worst thing is that they carried on this nonsense by not releasing anything beyond Naxxramas for 6 months with Wrath.
But Naxxramas wasn't bugged.
No, Naxxramas... I'm glad that an instance they designed 3.5 years ago wasn't bugged.
And patched after that.
Yeah, that was very nice of them. I'm glad to hear that. They didn't have suddenly despawning Kel'Thazads and nonsense like that they used to have. Yeah, so well done for fixing a 3.5-year-old instance. That was very good of you.
Oh yeah, released is gepubliceerd.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, thanks, person.
Person?
Yeah, Blood Guzzler.
Blood Guzzler on Nazgrel, apparently.
Yes.
There you go. Yes, he's helping you with your language. He's teaching you Dutch, and yes.
Off show, I'll be ready.
Yeah, my Dutch is far superior to yours, let's be honest.
Yes, try.
Yes.
Yes, I think the weather in Amsterdam is good tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. You can translate the rest of my speech. Like,
No, my mother doesn't do that.
well, I certainly hope not. I wasn't implying that she did. I'm just introducing it as a metaphorical and perhaps hypothetical situation.
You're horrible. You're really horrible.
Well, of course I'm horrible. That's what people expect of me. Oh no, I'm horrible. Maybe you should tell my demon friends how horrible I am. They'll be shocked.
So you're going from the Murloc to some demon dude back to TV.
Killzone Jaden, yes.
Killzone Jaden?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Incidentally, stop PMing me, asking me to sing Born to Spec Fire. It's not going to happen, so don't even think about it. Yeah. So, with TBC launched that way in terms of its raid content, and then with Wrath launched that way again, it was absolutely abysmal. Not realising that the guys were going to plough through your questing content and get straight back into raiding, after then realising that, hey, questing is going to be the best thing, you know, questing is not what we really care about, and raiding's the best thing ever, is dumb.
Yeah, how long did it take till Karazhan was cleared? Like a week?
Yeah, the thing is, Karazhan had already been cleared in beta.
Yeah, okay.
And it was the introductory instance. You'd expect it to have been cleared. Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as Wrath of the Lich King, though. 3 days?
72 hours after launch, Nax is cleared.
Yes.
Oh, Blizz.
Someone made it to 80 in less than 20 hours, but he got banned at 79 or something.
Are you talking about Athene?
Oh, I don't know.
Athene used some kind of crazy bug or whatever.
True.
Alright, before we go on to number 1, let's recap. Number 10 on the list of the things that Blizzard did, which we do not like very much.
The leveling tax.
Number 9, Wrathgate Quest. Number 8,
the Onyxia Reborn. Well, also a rehash, actually.
Reborn, that's one way of putting it. It's like, yes, the millions of player kills were merely a setback. Number 7, the Old Honor System.
Number 6, TOC.
Plywood instance. Number 5, 30% nerf to all bosses at the end of TBC.
And number 4, the Nax Return.
Revamp, rehash, failure.
It's not a revamp.
No, we're not going to call it that. Number 3, the badge changes in TBC.
And number 2, I've got to find it, the TBC's release state.
There you go,
Yes.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And number 1 on the list of things, it's badge changes again! As in, when they retconned their retcon, guys. They realised their mistake and fixed it, and then broke it again. Twice!
I'm going to bet you, let's see, £15 are going to say the exact same thing at the end of Wrath of the Lich King.
Maybe. It's possible.
Okay.
Broke it multiple times. You know, you've got the Conquest changes that broke it, and then now you've got Triumph changes, and also getting Emblems of Frost for running Noth the Plaguebring.
You actually get Badges of Conquest for normal instances.
What? Seriously?
You get one every day. For doing the
daily
quest.
for the daily, yeah. Oh. Well, it doesn't make a difference. They're all the same difficulty level anyway.
Wow.
They
Okay,
are!
yeah,
Come
you're
on!
right. It's a walkthrough.
Yeah, the heroics and normals... it's like, they have more health, and that's about it. And that's only because they've been scaled up to 80.
That's true.
There's barely a difference. I remember when they first introduced heroics and they were wanting to say, hey, we're going to make it all different and crazy and all the mobs going to have different cool abilities and so are the bosses. So much for that idea.
Yes, like the badge changes.
Yeah.
Oh, the only instance where you actually notice it's hard heroic is Oculus.
Yes.
Which is still horrible. So
Oculus is horrible, so we don't really care.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be honest. Yeah, so that's our top 10 list of the worst decisions the Blizzard's ever made in Wrath of the Lich King. So sorry to the guy who wanted a happy segment.
You're not getting it.
Yes, it's not going to happen. You're listening to You Please here on WoW Radio. We're going to be back after the break with more of your emails and your content that you are giving us because we're very lazy today. And hey, I'm on holiday. Can't expect anything from me. Well-deserved holiday, I might add. I've got to play some Equilibrium. That's a good thing.
Which is awesome.
Yes, it is. Verzelbert!
Verzelbert? I can't even say that.
You're listening to the podcast and archive of Blue Please. Music was removed due to copyright concerns. If you'd like to hear the music, tune in live on Fridays at 8 p.m. British Standard Time. That's 3 p.m. EST on WCRadio.com.
This is the wrong music bed. I've got another one. This is a better music bed. We played this one. I was thinking this one's better. I like it.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, they can. Well, yeah, the thing is I played the other music bed last time and I didn't pay any attention to it. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Are you serious? Did you play with the intro?
No, I played the music bed that we played last time, like in the last segment.
Oh.
Which is a no-no, you don't do that.
Oh, really? Is it that bad?
It's not a bad music bed.
No, is it that bad as in bad radio etiquette?
Oh, yes, absolutely bad radio etiquette. You don't play the same music bed twice. I don't care if you mind or not. You guys don't know what you need.
True.
You have to be directed. You listen to You Please here on WoW Radio with myself, TotalBiscuit.
And Bunkerface.
Yes. We are going to delve deep into the mailbag and see what we can find. Interesting topic here.
I'm not going to read it.
Tough, you must. I'm just going to sit here and you can read it.
Hello there, TB. Actually, it's Bunkerface. TB is good anyway. I'm really stressed about the new content patch.
You can read it in Dutch. Translate it into Dutch.
I'm not going to do that.
Go on, do it. It's easy.
Ik ben really...
Go on. Give it a try. Go on.
Ik ben really... I'm really... Wow, it's hard for me to talk in Dutch now.
I've broken him.
Ik ben gestrest over de nieuwe content patch die eraan komt. Die op de PTR nu staat.
Bunkerface says, hello.
What are you...
I'm translating it for you. I'm translating your translation. There you go.
Ik denk dat de mensen die over de content zeiken en zeggen dat het makkelijk is, nog steeds de mensen zijn die op de PTR gaan en kijken wat er aan de hand is.
He has simply purchased a stylish hat for today.
I've got that one, that's true. Wat vind jij van de staat van de PTR zelf? Het werd gebruikt voor testen en voor abilities testen. Maar het wordt nu gebruikt voor het testen van nieuwe content, wat slecht is.
Bunkerface really likes cheese.
De PTR is goed, maar is het goed voor het spel?
Bikes are good. They are great for the environment and carbon neutral. You should ride them or Holland will bomb your country.
Yes, we're the bike capital of the world, I guess.
Yes, they actually ride on they've got special bomber bikes.
Oh. Wishes, sushi. You can't translate that.
Translate sushi. That's not even a real word. You can make one up. You can add one to the Dutch language. You were showing me the Dutch exceptions book earlier. You know, just write it in there.
Sushi.
There you go. See? Easy.
Van de guild. A-Pain.
A-Pain? Are you serious?
Van Dranor E-Eu.
That's quality. Yes. So... I will translate his... I need to now translate my translation because apparently my translation was slightly inaccurate.
No, it wasn't.
No, you're probably right. Hey, TB, I'm really stressed out about the new content badge due to the fact that the PTR exists. I really don't get people who whine that the content is easy, but still, people train the new content in PTR. What do you think about the PTR itself? It used to be for testing new talents and abilities, but it has turned only into testing new content. PTR is good or bad for this game?
Actually, says...
Yes, that's from Zushi, from Guild Epen, on Draenor E-U. See, I can speak Dutch.
E-Pain U-Eu.
E-U.
E-U.
There we go. Right. Firstly, I disagree with the idea that the PTR was for testing new talents and builds. I think that's a load of bollocks, quite frankly.
It is.
I don't see how that would be any more or less valid than testing the new content. It's the public test realm. Yeah?
I think there shouldn't be a public test realm, but that's another story.
I agree. And the question is, though, what's your rationale for that?
Because guilds like Insidia have to go on the PTR to be competitive.
Yes.
And
so does any other Ruby guild.
Sort of a lame preview.
Yeah. I don't like... This is the reason I don't beta test new WoW expansions. It's like when I get my Cataclysm beta, I won't play it.
Will you give it to me?
Probably.
Thanks.
There you go. See? I'll pay for the rent for the few days. I don't like playing content that I'm going to play again. Because generally speaking, leveling content is really boring. And raid content gets boring if you play it too many times.
Oh wow, you have to play it twice if you do it on the PTR.
Yeah.
I've done the TBC testing, and I went to level 75, and then I had to level again to
Wow,
80.
you went to level 75 in the TBC testing. That's pretty impressive.
We shared accounts.
You're not getting what I'm saying. You could only get to level 70 at TBC.
I mean, 65.
So in other words, you are a horrendous hacker. You're admitting it live on the air here at WCRadio.com that you hacked it. You were level 75 during the TBC beta.
Yes, I was.
Yes, and you could have run next Ramas, but then again, you could have run that at any level.
Yes. I was actually running the rehashed version. They already finished it at that time.
Yeah. I don't see any reason whatsoever why players should be expected to play the same content twice just to help Blizzard test a game that they should have tested themselves. And yet still, with PTR stuff, you get bugs.
Yes, that's
and balance
strange.
issues and all manner of other crazy stuff.
Most of the bugs that are still in there have been reported.
Yeah, it's nonsense. I don't agree with the PTR on that principle. I certainly don't have any intention of using it. I think I might go on maybe this time around to try the 5-mans. Because I'm not going to go in them anyway.
Aren't you?
No.
Why not?
It's a 5-mans. What do I care about 5-mans?
It's fun while leveling.
Yeah, but I'm not leveling. I'm level 80. So why do I care about the 5-mans? I mean, these are like the end game 5-mans.
Oh, you mean Ice Crown?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Ice Crown 5-mans.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to test them out too.
Yeah, I mean, I may go in there just to try them out there, so I can maybe get an early impression of what they're looking at.
Make another video.
Yeah, I might make a video. That would be pretty cool. That's something I've been looking into. And I wouldn't be comfortable doing the raid content, because I like to experience the raid content in the way that it's intended, i.e., I prefer to go in there without any guides or anything like that and learn it myself. The problem is that I'm generally behind the curve. Yeah, I'm not in a top-tier endgame raiding guild, and there's been a couple of times where I have been, but it's been like mid-content, yeah?
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
so before like a release. So I joined an endgame raiding guild when AQ40 had been out for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. But
that was like a top-tier raiding guild.
So you did Nax within a top-tier guild?
Yeah. Before the top-tier guild fell apart at that point. And that was pretty cool, because with the Nax anyway, we were able to do some fights that we hadn't seen or done on the PTR or anything before. We didn't bother going on the PTR. We actually had a lot of fun learning them. And these days, the guides and the strats are always out there, and to be a competitive player, you need to read them, and it's irresponsible not to. But every now and again, it would be nice just to go into something completely blind.
Yes, I would agree. But one thing, I'm seeing someone saying in MRC that the PTRs are important because of bug testing.
Yeah.
Why wasn't Jaxron bugged?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I've said this before. There have been pieces of content that have come out that have been bug-free. Yeah? Algernon, Yogg-Saron,
yes,
bug-free.
Entirely.
In fact, even when some of the endgame raiding guilds claimed that it was mathematically impossible to do Yogg plus 0, someone did it anyway. It was possibly the best piece of balanced content we've ever had.
Well, yes.
And that was balanced entirely internally.
Yeah.
There was no testing.
Yeah, okay,
Yogg-Saron, Algernon not tested at all on the PTR.
No, but I mean, their internal team must be good then.
Yes, that proves without a shadow of a doubt that they are entirely capable of testing their own content to a level where it's more balanced, more finely tuned, and more bug-free than stuff that they have had on the PTR.
So why have a PTR anyway?
Exactly. I understand the need maybe to lighten the load a little bit on the testers, but really, I'm sorry, you're making money hand over fist.
Yes, I mean,
you've got to hire Insidia to go and work for you and test your content internally, then hire Insidia, for God's sake.
Or any other guild.
Yeah, just put together an Uber guild. Just, put job offers out there. Hire a 25-person team to test your raid content that knows raid content back to front.
Believe me, you can pay it, Blizzard.
Oh, of course they can. Right? They're still hiring GMs. They hire GMs after GMs. They've got the money for it. Right? And the fact of the matter is that we don't pay for the privilege of testing their content. I understand that MMO content sometimes is buggy. That comes with the territory.
True.
But I don't expect to, as a competitive endgame guild, to have to go onto the PTR in order to be competitive, and to be encouraged to go onto the PTR in order to be competitive. It's not acceptable.
Yeah, I would agree. Let's see. If you wouldn't have a PTR, that wouldn't mean everyone starts at the same level. Although, you would have to have a patch at the same day in every continent. Because, well, to be fair,
they haven't done it before. Yeah, but they didn't have, say, Algernon. Algernon was unlocked on US before EU.
Yeah, but it did have Jaxron. So that gives US one day in advance, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's happened before. That happened with Cthulhu and things like that. And
that's true.
The EU doesn't care. The EU is going to win anyway, most likely. I mean, thankfully, guilds like Premonition on the US side are really starting to get competitive again.
Yeah, true.
It's been a while since the US has been competitive with the EU for whatever reason. I couldn't imagine why, but guilds like Premonition, who are fantastic guys. I mean, you've heard them on the show. They're great, great people. And they are extremely skilled, and they're representing for the US. I believe, aren't Vodka US side as well?
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, I think there was a video on MMO Champion of Lord Marrow, what's-his-face, off of the PTR.
Yeah.
And they were testing him there. But you hear on the vent that they're developing tactics.
True, yeah.
That's what they're on there for. And they'll report bugs as well, don't be wrong. I'm not claiming that they're on there simply to exploit the fact that they're able to do everything early, but if you're going to be a competitive guild now, these days you have to do that, and I don't think that that's an acceptable situation to be in. And we asked Premonition as well. I remember in the interview I asked Premonition about that, and they hated it. They hated having to do that, because they don't want to... do the same content again on the live realms. They want to go into everything fresh and have a good competition that way.
They don't have to prove anything to themselves anymore when it's live. They know they can beat it, just how fast they can do it. It's a bit silly.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know of any endgame guild that really approves of the way that the PTR is handled at the moment. And at least they're making an effort now to be a bit more selective in the testing, that they're introducing, like, say, one boss at a specific time to be stress tested.
Yes, but they're still doing the boss, which is still bad.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I imagine they're not going to have the Lich King and maybe the second off last boss. They probably won't allow you to test those.
Yes, I do hope that at least the last part of the instance isn't tested.
Yeah. It's not a lot exciting when you can see the entire instance in strategy video form before you even go in there.
I didn't check, but did they do a noob, a rock PTR testing?
Yes, they did.
Stupid.
And the hard mode. They tested the hard mode as well.
What an idiots.
Yeah, literally the entire of TOC was mapped out and ready to go before they even started, which is why it was cleared in, well, 5 weeks.
No,
6 weeks.
You can't say that. When the restrictions were gone, it was cleared in a week.
Yeah, it was the gating system, which was nonsense.
Yes, the gating system kind of helped people up, and that was it.
Well, the gating system was one cockblock after another. It's like, we know all these guys go blast through the content, we're trying to limit them as much as we possibly can. That's not acceptable.
Yes, 4 times doors.
Why? Yeah. So, conclusion on that particular topic. PTR, lousy.
Bad.
We don't like the PTR at all. I understand that the Blizzard feels the need for it, but I'm sorry. You're like one of the richest development studios in the world. Don't give me that tripe.
You've got 6 million people playing the US and the EU. You can do it on yourself with the money you get from us.
Again, you're making money hand over fist. You're basically propping up Activision until Modern Warfare 2 comes out.
Please, don't start about Activision. Please.
I heard that Bobby Kotick's going to be an optional hard mode boss in Ice Crown.
Hard mode?
Yeah. He's going to be waving his diverse stock portfolio at you. It's for Imber TPS. He'll smack you around the head with it. It's like, games are not supposed to be fun. Games are supposed to be work and products.
Making games. Oh, remember.
Yeah, making games are not supposed to be fun. We can charge whatever we want. And then he announces, like, in the raid, it's like, it's a worldwide shout. It's like, Bobby Kotick yells, now the subscription price is $25 a month, unless you are able to defeat me. Within 1 hour.
Oh, and I guess some White Knights will actually defend Blizzard. Oh, they didn't defeat this boss, so now our subscription is higher.
Yeah, it's the Endgame Guild's fault for not defeating Algernon version 2, aka Bobby Kotick.
Yes.
Instead of going back to say, yes, Azeroth is going to be destroyed, it's like, yes, now you must pay double your subscription. And we know that people will pay it because they're stupid.
And now it's the Endgame's fault.
It's the Endgame Raiders' fault. Turn them against each other. Masterful, masterful.
Divide and conquer.
Yes, I wonder why we're not on the fansite list anymore, where we keep slagging off the CEO of Activision Blizzard. We're actually still on the EU guys don't give a damn. We're still on the EU fansite list, which is very good.
More important.
Yeah, I mean, I talked last show. It is more important. The guys at the EU, Blizzard EU, are fantastic.
They do more than the US guys, from my opinion.
In terms of the community, yeah, they do. I mean, outside of the forums, they really do. I mean, their community spotlight section and everything is way better.
I would agree.
Their fansite list is way more comprehensive. They divide by language as well, which is very cool.
And it's less buried, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's more prominent. It's easier to read, and they're way more cooperative in terms of player-made FAQs and stuff like that. Loads of guides all over the forums.
Yours about...
my FAQ's up there. So, yeah. We like Thundgot, and we like... What the hell are the other guys?
The other guys.
The other guys. Yeah, you guys.
Vanarus
and A something.
Yeah, you're awesome.
You're awesome. We can't remember your name, but you're awesome anyway. You're listening to Open Please, or You Please, whichever you prefer. Here,
You Please.
Here on WoW Radio. Pantera's good. We should play that.
Let's not walk.
Which one? Which do you prefer?
Wait. I'm broken.
Are you? Well, we should get you on the PTR for testing.
You're listening to the podcast and archive of Blue Please. Music was removed due to copyright concerns. If you'd like to hear the music, tune in live on Fridays at 8 p.m. British Standard Time. That's 3 p.m. EST on WCRadio.com.
You are listening to You Please here on WoW Radio. It's the player content-driven show, as in send us emails, we talk about it. I'm on holiday, I'm not expected to do any work. With myself, TotalBiscuit.
And with me, Bunkerface.
And myself, Stormtamer.
And myself, Stormtamer.
And Stormtamer is also here.
And Stormtamer too.
He's not. If you have heard Stormtamer, his voice is rather distinctive. If he was here, I think you'd have probably realised, let's be honest.
I can't do a Stormtamer.
Yes. I love that. LOL, Hangamageddon again. Yes, Elite Hacksaw, it's called the music bed. When was the last time you said, oh, the downtown theme from Vampire again? Yeah, it's only been playing for 100 episodes.
Hangamageddon.
Hangamageddon.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hangamageddon. Yeah, it's E1M1, the remix from Doom. It's very, very cool. It's on ocremix.com or org, whichever you prefer.
You always say .com, but I don't know.
Yes, it is the illusion of choice. We don't really have breaking glass, so let's try this. The illusion of choice! That was a bag of pom bears. Not really as effective as breaking glass. No, don't do that! There's got glass everywhere!
That didn't break.
No, that is absolutely ineffective. The illusion of choice clang. Right. Needs more cowbell, let's be honest.
I don't have one.
Yeah. That is why you fail.
What can you do?
You're not firing guns in the house. That is absolutely unacceptable.
I've done that before.
That doesn't make it acceptable. You don't
it's blanks.
I don't care if it's blanks or not. Bunkerface is firing blanks.
From my pistol.
From his pistol, apparently. This show has just gone 100% more homoerotic. Oh, I'm terrified.
Okay, should I call it a gun?
Nothing you can say is going to make it any better. Just FYI.
Okay, never mind.
Good lord. We've got one last email that I would like to read. I think it's a good illusion of choice topic. Not that the entire show's basically been illusion of choice, but whatever. It's from Brissian, level 73 Paladin of Coilfang US. He says this, I'm currently leveling through Northrend. I'm finding the questing a lot slower than Outland. Is it really better like everyone says it is?
Well, depends. If you
On
like...
what?
Well, I actually do like the areas better in TBC. But the quests are better in Wrath of the Lich King. So, it kind of depends if you use... if you like questing more or sightseeing more.
I suppose. The thing is, the questing, as far as I'm concerned, is the only good thing of Wrath.
I wouldn't agree.
Okay, on what basis?
The battleground's actually cool.
Okay, fair enough. But that's the best. Yeah, still the best bit of Wrath is the questing. Sure.
Okay, yeah, the story-driven quest lines are awesome. I would agree.
Indeed. Incidentally, Rich Dwarf is thick. There's 2 short planks. Just FYI.
What is?
Oh my God! What's happened to the show?
I happened.
She happened to the show. In a world with only a single hosted radio show, one Dutchman is here to ruin it all. To anyone that's just tuned in, I'm on holiday. Go away. You're lucky to be even getting a show.
You're staying at an idiot. So...
I am in Holland. I am enjoying myself in Holland. I'm going to Amsterdam tomorrow to go to the First Look Expo and then meet up with some people in...
Coffee house. I forgot the name of the coffee house.
You don't even know where we're going.
I do.
You're terrible. Quick, cover for me while I find it.
Ta-da-da. No, I'm not going to sing. Yeah, we've been playing, actually, how do you call them, actually?
Light gun games.
Light gun games, yes.
Light gun games are awesome. This is what I do on my holidays. I play House of the Dead Overkill and eat stuff. There you go. It's right there.
I can't see it. Go there. Restaurant Smits Koffiehuis, Stationsplein 10 in de Nederlanden.
Yes. At 1930 Holland Standard Time, which I'm pretty sure is not a time zone.
It's you could call it CST.
CST or whatever, yeah. It's
GMT +1.
Yes. 1930, come along. We've got a bunch of people coming along. It should be a good time. I should be wearing a BlizzCon t-shirt. It'll be hard to miss.
I'm wearing a Dream Theater t-shirt, just so you know.
There you go. See, BlizzCon, Theatre and Dream Theater t-shirt, and then a bunch of other random people.
Yes.
Yes. Rich was probably going to complain. What? Don't you dare crash a sheep jock about me being Welsh. What does that even mean? That makes less sense than his Dutch.
That means he sucks.
I see. Okay, that's cool. Well, considering I've got a lot of angry people at me, I got someone angry because I banned him from IRC for insulting the music. It's like, well, if you don't read the topic, then look what happens. Look who I don't want listening to my show anymore. Bleeding Hearts.
I think you actually kicked him once before you banned him, so it's...
It might have been the same guy.
Entirely legitimate.
It's his own problem.
Yes,
I don't care.
Exactly.
Oh no! Some crybaby's not going to listen to my show anymore. I find you slightly annoying, but I think your content is good and I like your voice, but I find you slightly annoying and I don't like your music and I feel the need to complain about your music all the time and I don't...
The music, the voice thing is gone now. They don't like your voice anymore.
No, I would certainly hope not. I was emulating the voice of this person.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Read typos. I just did. There was plenty of them.
Don't you dare crash a sheepjock about me being Welsh. No, I can't read this.
What's that?
I've got no clue.
I don't know.
It's Dutch English Welsh.
I see. It's some kind
Welshing.
Some kind of bastard child.
Welshing.
Welshing.
Yeah.
What? Yes.
English.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of whiners today listening to the show.
Let's get back to the email.
No, I don't want to get back to the email. I don't care about the... I'm on holiday. I don't have to care about anything.
You're horrible.
Yes, but I'm also on holiday, so I don't care. I can be as horrible as I want to be.
Did he make a spelling mistake? Because Richmore was talking about it.
Rich Wolf has some quality spelling mistakes. Actually, no, I don't understand anything that Rich Wolf ever says. He's like 10 or something. I'm not kidding, he's actually like 10 years old.
Or 90.
Or 90.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he's not 90.
Well, then he's
actually, I'm absolutely certain he's not 90.
Then he's 10.
Yeah, the pitch of his voice can shatter glass. So, if anyone wants to know where the illusion of choice drop-in came, I had a couple of glasses next to my computer while I was on vent. Rich Wolf came in and said, "Hi, guys," and it just went... Psh! I haven't had my mic on at the time, so I used it as a drop-in.
You're actually deplorable.
Deplorable? That's good. That's good. I like that one.
Okay, let's...
You're listening to Deplorable, please. You're on Wire Radio with myself, Deplorable Biscuit.
And the Bunkerface?
Yes.
Bunker Fact, actually. Yes.
Debunkerface.
The Bunkerface. Or Debunkerface, whatever. Okay, Wrath leveling content.
Right, okay, Wrath leveling content's the best bit of Wrath. Yeah?
Yes.
It's better than Outlands leveling content.
I like meeting Arthas.
Yes.
I think he's a wuss and he's an idiot, but...
Well, I'm sure he's going to be very offended to hear that.
Perfect.
I had 21 with a mental age of 12. I think you might be sorely overestimating your faculties there, I'm afraid.
Yes. 8.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The fact that you meet him all the time is cool, because you're actively engaged with the antagonist of the expansion, which is not something that happened in Burning Crusade.
Yeah, but he doesn't kill you.
It doesn't matter.
It's like...
It would be kind of...
I don't know what to do. I just summoned...
It's not like, I'm Arthas. He dressed up in like a white sheet. It's like, what are you supposed to be? I'm a scary ghost. Ooh.
It's like a zombie clown.
Zombie clowns, yes. Zombie Arthas. Oh. The... Actively engaging with the antagonist, even if he basically does nothing to you, is cool. Because it helps drive the story, whereas the antagonist, in the trailer of Burning Crusade, is like, oh, Illidan, yeah! And he's nowhere to be seen. Anywhere.
Never.
No, you never see him when you're leveling up, at all. The only time you see him is when you go into Black Temple.
You've got more foreshadowing of Ragnaros than Illidan.
Do you? Really?
Yes, I mean the whole BRD.
Yeah, I suppose. But there's mention of Illidan, like in the quest, but you never get to see
Hardly.
it. It's barely there.
You've got fire elementals and stuff for Ragnaros.
Yeah, it's pretty appalling. Let's be honest. I'm not impressed by it whatsoever. I think the Wrath did a great job of storytelling in that regard, because the Lich King's an interesting character. Bit emo, bit whiny, but
yes.
Regardless, a pretty interesting character. And the fact that you get to engage with him on multiple occasions as you get to 80 is cool.
And COS, Colin Stratholm, is just...
Oh, yeah.
That's and Matthias Lehr... what's his alter ego good version called? Matthias Lehr or something, where he's young and you have to follow him?
King Lear. King Lear's...
the ghost...
I don't know anything about the lore.
You suck.
Yeah.
You should know the lore.
No, the lore's terrible. Go listen to But Wait, There's Lore, which is actually coming back quite soon.
I know.
Yes.
I will be listening to that.
Indeed. The idea that that's going to continue into Cataclysm is cool. I want to see Deathwing go screw some stuff up. I want to see Deathwing flying above the city and torching random newbies. That would be amazing.
Yes. We actually forgot something with the top 10 list. Dalaran.
It's okay. But it's very laggy.
Wrath of the Hyping.
I see what you did there. I've never actually heard that one.
I made it up.
Very good. Is TB that greedy that he have to beg for money? Harder.
Beg for money? Where?
Oh, he's probably talking about the tip jar.
Oh, tip jar.
Oh, it'd be terrible if someone actually made money off of doing an hour-and-a-half radio show every week, like every other person on the planet.
You do more radio than that.
Yeah, if you don't think my show is worth, like, a donation of $1 or whatever, then get out.
No, don't.
Actually, no, dude, leave. I don't care. No, just go. Go to hell, in fact.
Okay.
You think that it's not worth $1 or whatever? You go do a show better than this. I challenge you. You know, let me hear 5 minutes of content that's better than anything I put out.
Except for this show, maybe.
Well, but yeah, we can scratch that. And maybe the Drunken Show back in 2005. That wasn't a very good idea.
Okay, I've never heard that.
Really?
Yes.
Probably best that you don't.
Okay, vendor trashes? Well, we'll just leave
Vendor
that
strikes.
out.
Yeah, vendor strikes isn't blue, please. It doesn't count.
Okay, yeah. This is you,
If
please.
you
This
wish to
is
donate to the tip jar and not be a total stinking stingy retard. If you wish to be a total stinking stingy retard, then I would strongly suggest you move to Scotland.
Here, I'll be giving you €2 for the tip jar.
€2. There we go. Yep, here. You can actually hear it right there. You can't drop on there. Here. That is the sound of inevitability. That is the sound of value quantified, folks, in a €2 coin. I am going to buy... Actually, I can't really buy much in this country with that. It's very expensive around here.
Yeah,
I can buy a packet of Pom Bears with this, folks.
you can buy
Pom
two.
Bears.
They're 99 cents.
There you go. Oh yes, and if you were referring to the Sir Noggin thing, then you are horrible and a abomination of a human being. Because we did actually raise the money for that.
You're actually a twat if you do that.
Yes, is that a word, really?
Yes.
Danish.
No, it's... actually,
Twat.
it's English.
Twat.
I said twat for some reason.
Okay, twat. Yes, you are
Twat.
twat and a twat and a cad and a bounder.
Pounder.
Whichever you prefer. Yes, 2 cans of Coke apparently we can get for that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very good. We raised all the money for the Sir Noggin Fund. So if I was begging for money for the Sir Noggin Fund, then I'm quite... I donated my tip jars for like 2 weeks from that. So
Really?
Yes. So, you can go to hell.
So you paid everything, I guess.
Yes. Well, he can go to hell one way or the other, let's be honest.
He doesn't have to kill himself yet, but...
No, I'm not asking for the killing himself thing.
Exactly.
I don't care if he kills himself or not. Huh?
I
I
do.
care? It's
I
like,
do, actually.
If you do not like my show enough to drop $1 in the tip jar, if you happen to have one, not saying that you have to, but if you don't think it's worth anything, then don't freaking listen to it. At all.
Yes, exactly.
If I'm not worth $1, then I'm certainly not worth 90 minutes of your time. And if 90 minutes of your time is worth less than $1, then you are a worthless human being to begin with. Let's be honest.
$1 is getting worse and worse again. So
That's true.
Let's do a pound.
Yeah, a pound.
A pound.
Yes.
Or a euro.
Indeed.
Well,
Yes.
what now?
Well, I think we've lost at least 3 listeners so far. That's pretty good. Pissed off 3 of them. I banned one of them,
4.
insulted the mental age of another, and then claimed the other one was a stingy retard who should move to Scotland.
No, Richard will never lose.
No,
we'll never lose him.
I'm actually talking about Rich Wolf.
Yeah, we'll never lose him.
Yeah, we can't get rid of him. He's like, he's kind of stuck. It's like, TV, you just got trolled, puppet master. Yeah, if you actually use something awful forums, anyone who turns it around and claims that it was a troll is always referred to as a puppet master. It's like, you were planning it all along, conspiracy, Yeah, it wasn't really, it was just you being an arse.
Yeah.
It's called Occam's razor, yeah? The simplest solution, broken down to its most bare essentials, is the right one. Yeah?
Exactly.
It's like the Earth revolves around the sun. Yeah?
Yes.
Not the Earth revolves around the sun because space aliens made it that way. Occam's razor dictates that it wasn't the space aliens.
It's not always entirely true, but it's a good measurement, I guess.
It's something along those lines. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So no, Occam's razor dictates that no, I was not trolled.
Yes, and I agree with
Yeah.
you. So
I wanted to.
everyone agrees.
Yeah. The simplest solution is that the person in question was an idiot. It's true.
Isn't even a question.
Nah, I have no idea. I don't care anymore. I'm on holiday.
Yes, and I'm not. Well, actually, I am.
Yeah, you are. You're on holiday from work, so who cares?
Yes.
We're about done, folks.
Yeah. Are we?
Yeah. We're actually at the end of the show. So you see how fast that goes? It's very easy.
I'm through my liquid courage. So, yeah.
Liquid. Yeah.
Liquid courage.
Indeed. If you do want to donate to the tip jar, which is of course entirely optional, TotalBiscuit@gmail.com via PayPal. That is TotalBiscuit@gmail.com. We are pretty much out of here.
Okay, that guy with...
Don't poke the microphone!
I wasn't...
Rule 37 of radio, don't poke the microphone.
Shut it.
You don't tell me to do that. It's my show, damn it. You're fired.
I can press this reset button, you know?
You're fired again.
Okay, G. Gussie, you suck.
Who?
The 2000 guy, 5 lines up.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
That one.
Don't get so close to the microphone. Rule number 39 of radio.
I can't reach otherwise.
What, with your voice?
No, with my finger.
But what, pointing to that guy?
Yeah.
Yes. No one likes it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. You've been listening to You Please here on...
WCRadio.com.
Well done. So you're getting there.
Yay!
You'll have a show yet. We're going to play one last song.
Oh.
People have been shouting for various songs.
Okay, go shout for a song. The one.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
What have you done?
I'm serious. We'll do it.
That's a terrible... Incidentally, I'm making up all the rules of radio on the spot. People were shouting for this one. I'm going to play it. It's Sabaton, 40-1. Good night.
You have been listening to You Please on WOW Radio, a one-off show from my holiday in Holland.